Hard at it, Aaron?
No, major failure.
Oh. I struggle to think that this is a major failure.
No, wheels failed. Spoke split.
Oh, running repairs then.
Problem is, I've got two moving parts trying to solder them back. That's a bloody problem.
This looks pretty cool now. We've got lights on it. You can actually see it, can't you, for the first time? Including the Catenary. Can I ask what you're doing?
Yes, I'm actually putting a blob of solder on each registration arm.
Right.
Basically to secure the spans of contact wire and catenary.
Right.
To make sure that they stay in place once we apply the tension, because Aaron's going to actually go and tension it all up.
Right.
Once we've finished.
Okay.
That'll be the final thing we do. So
And then you'll...
And by applying tension, it means it will run a bit better.
Right.
It'll be a bit more rigid for the pantograph interface.
And it'll work exactly like the real thing.
It will work exactly like the real thing, fingers crossed.
Right.
So it's actually, the contact wire is actually clamped into a clamp on the registration tubes.
Right.
And as per the real world, any electrification project, the overhead catenary is always the last thing. It's a tail on Charlie. Usually the last thing to get finished.
Right.
And this is absolutely no exception today.
Seeing all the signal lights on as well just help bring it to life, don't they?
Brilliant, isn't it? Yeah.
At the moment, I'm just requisitioning one of your tables. You're going to get it back. Yeah.
Dave, you're on.
Oh, Doc. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning,
Good to
Dave.
see you.
And good to see you. How pleasant it is.
Everything's rosy today.
Excellent. Good to hear it.
I've finished.
Yeah, well, because obviously we've got a huge station here and everything as well. So.
So tell me what's going on here. You're fitting couplers?
So currently we're fitting couplings to all of the Caledonian Sleeper, so 16 cars. It's not the most exciting job, bit repetitive.
But it has to be done.
It has to be done, yeah. All of them are Acura Scales couplings for the Mark V coaches.
Right.
And some have been glued together to make the bond a bit stronger.
Yep.
And they're bloody fiddly. They're a real pain to fit into the socket.
And are you doing this because you're the youngest and therefore have the best eyesight?
Partially. I'm the youngest by about 20 or 30 years, so... Yeah, I'm using some non-PG words. Right, it's Caledonian.
You know what we're doing now? Can I put it on a
Well, it's just, you know, this guy's got a tempo printer,
Right.
so you tell him what you want.
Yes.
He's on the web, you send him an order, and he prints you anything you want.
That looks pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just another example of detail.
yeah. Well, it's new, isn't it? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like we're constantly doing things to upgrade your own layout. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Make it personal.
And it is your own layout with this, isn't it, the graffiti? Fantastic.
And he's even got all the numbers on the end. Look, see that?
They're still there.
Yeah. No, he's put that on. This is one of our containers we've made for Cathedral.
Right.
So he's printed it, but he's put all the details on the end as well.
Blimey. So we have what appears to be a live feed from Milton Keynes Station of the platform announcements.
They're all in, apart from the 2 tracks.
And this is in the fiddle yard. And I think on the front we've got something even more special. And this is real-time connected to the internet. So that's real-time platform information from the real station.
Piece of chicken.
quick cam test? Through the overlap. And onto the tension section. It's now under tension this way.
Ah, right. Oh yes, you can see it's angled as well between the.
Well, it's got to be a straight line,
Right.
so it travels across the
Yeah.
panel. First programming. Through the junction. Will do. Nothing on it. Yep. I'm happy with that.
You're happy with that? Hang on. Aaron said he was happy with that.
For now, that bit, yeah.
Okay. So
It's physically loaded.
you've loaded this wheel.
Yeah, mechanical load on it now. So the wires spring.
All right. I can see you twanging it. Yeah.
See, that's not loaded yet, so it moves a lot more.
Right.
That is, and it stops moving.
Please go that way.
What are these for, Phil?
These are a quick, if it doesn't work, bracket for the RFID tags that I can make some more tonight.
Oh, okay.
Fail cheap and fail fast.
Well, that's what he says.
Oh, so it does.
That was it, that long.
How's the flux and solder melting going?
All right, thank you.
Oh, you made some progress.
I got distracted, but I'm back again.
Are these the Mark 1 mounts then?
These are Mark 1 A, B, C, D, E, F.
Oh, okay.
Well, for what it costs, it's may as well just chuck a load out and again,
Like you say, fail fast and early.
fail fast, fail cheap. Why spend 2 hours drawing it all and getting it all right? It's going to be wrong anyway.
Yeah.
Make a load and just pick the closest one.
Oh, are they all variations?
Yeah, so you've got different heights.
Okay.
And you can move it backwards and forwards and whatever.
Oh, very good.
And then it takes like 10 minutes to cut on the laser versus 20 hours on the print. But I want to run full length trains just round and round and round.
Just looking for the troublesome spots to fix. Apply a little.
I fixed the track yesterday.
Yes.
Just testing one loco isn't testing.
No.
But until you can send a train round and round, may as well do this while I'm waiting.
They've got the Making Tracks logo on as well.
So you're happy to have a 66 on it on either of the other containers?
So Tom, welcome to Making Tracks 3. You brought some beautiful paintings this year. Would you like to tell us about them?
Yeah, well, I've been doing some limited edition prints lately.
Right.
I work as a commercial illustrator most of the time.
Right.
And railways are my passion, really. I've always been into railways.
It shows in the artwork.
Yeah, a sucker for detail, you know. But my sort of day job as a commercial illustrator, it demands really realistic stuff as well. I do car engines for Honda and all sorts of things. I just love doing the detail. I used to work as an airbrush artist for more than 20 years, working for advertising agencies and publishers. And I've just turned it over into my own prints, doing my own railway stuff as well as still doing the day job.
I mean, I just see so much detail in all the pictures. For example, how long would you spend working on a subject like this?
That took me 5 to 6 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, solid.
And these are available on a variety of materials, are they? This is aluminium, yes?
Yeah,
The large ones.
They've just been they're just one-offs printed for the display here.
Okay.
I sell sort of limited A3 prints.
Right.
That's it really at the moment from a railway stuff.
So these are available, I presume, in limited numbers.
Yeah, they tend to be editions of 100 or 150.
Right. And where would somebody go to acquire one of these images?
From my website,
Which is?
tomconnellstudio.com.
Right. tomconnellstudio.com.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, Tom. I think these are absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much. LNER commissioned me to do Class 91 for them.
Right.
And I thought I'd follow it up with a print of my own. And I thought, well, what's a really good bit of track to show it on? And up at Lamberton, where the track hugs the coast, I thought that would be a fairly stunning place to do it. So that's why I did that one, really.
So this is East Coast main line.
Pardon?
This is the East Coast
This is
main
the
line?
East Coast main line, yeah. Because with this, I could get into the detail with seagulls following the
Harassing
trawler.
the trawler, yes.
Yeah.
I notice your catenary looks just like ours as well. on the model.
Yeah, about the same size.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was that one. Obviously, in the original livery as well. When it was still called Swallow, this one. So.
Right. Can we lift this one into the frame?
Yeah, sure.
If you just hold it up,
This was something I
hold
did
it to camera.
between jobs. This one.
Right.
When I wanted to do a decent modern locomotive, and I thought, well, try a Class 68. So to start with, it was just the loco with a white background, but I added to it and just it's a made-up background, but I just put it as though it's going to Scarborough, you know.
Right.
So, and it was also I had a different name when I did it originally. I can't remember which one. Is there a Challenger or something like that? I can't remember now.
Stunning.
Yeah, so that was that one. Yeah, this one I did for the Southern Electric Traction Group.
Right.
Who are trying to get this back to mainline running, Gordon Pettit for VEP. And they suggested doing something in the evening, speeding along. Once again, it's a sort of fictitious background. I just sort of thought, well, South London-y, you know, but I got right into the detail on it. I thought I'd have it arcing.
This is almost well, it is an engineering drawing.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Once you get into the bogey detail, yeah,
Yes.
because the guys have got the train themselves, so they could send me really close-up photographs of the stuff, so that I could work from. And then, of course, just even though I'm making the background up to look a bit like South London,
Right.
you know, having a telly on in the window and all that stuff, you know. I haven't put anything what they're actually watching, you know.
Okay, you can't see. I thought David left his laser leveler on, but you actually got the reflections from the
Yeah,
signal
yeah.
across.
Yeah.
It's such fascinating.
Yeah. Well, this one, I did this purely for my own limited edition print run. I like a good church. I like cathedrals. I've done a few now.
Right.
So I thought I was going to do this is Durham, by the way. I was going to do the entire viaduct to start with and have it in portrait rather than landscape.
Right.
But it was too much to do. It would have taken another couple of weeks to do that. So in the end, I went landscape and made a huge part, a huge feature, the actual cathedral in the background and the Deltic going past. Another one I've done purely as a print.
Cornish Thunder.
Yeah, well, it's Thunderer and it's Thunder.
Okay.
So seemed like a reasonable title. And that's we used to live in Cornwall, not far from here.
So would this be a tin mine?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Beautiful
we used to
sky.
live down there, near there. That's not far from Red Roos.
And it looks brilliant as a. Is it an A3 print?
Yeah, that's the way I'm selling them. Like that.
Okay.
So,
Right.
On my website. The QR code should work. Fingers
Oh, right. So when we're here, we can scan the QR code and
Yeah.
it'll take us straight to
Yeah,
your store.
Yeah. This is what's really inspired me to do my own train prints again, because as my day job, doing the commercial art, NNER came along
Okay.
and said, would you be interested in doing pictures of our new trains? I thought, okay. So this is when the Azumas were launching. So I did one just of the train with some coloured stripy background, stripy lines behind it, which isn't here, by the way, but they loved that one so much. They said, well, what about doing as a poster to hand out when the new trains go to each location when they start on the inaugural run to each location. So there was a series of these. I think it was 7 in all, 4 of which are here. So
I have a particular fondness for the Azuma because last year on Making Tracks 2, we had an Azuma and it was fast. and I kept getting shouted at by a certain
Going
nameless
too
person
fast.
for driving it too fast. But the
wonder who-
children loved it.
Yeah.
And I made the point that I was driving to my audience. That was my excuse, and I was sticking
Excellent.
to it.
I like it.
And it was just a rocket on rails.
This is more my sort of era. This is the stuff that I really like, that I was
Okay.
brought up with as a kid, you know, sort of BR blue, sort of livery. Always loved the Deltics, going up the escalator into King's Cross and hearing one start up, you know, sort of, yeah, all good fun. And just sort of have a crack at doing a Deltic at speed.
So you've actually captured, is this motion blur?
Yeah, well, it's sort of, obviously, yeah, a little bit
It must
of
be
that.
hard. I mean, with a camera, yes, but when you're painting and you're deliberately doing that, it must take.
Yeah,
some
but these
effort.
days, these aren't painted. I draw them in Photoshop now.
Right.
Because of my day job, I work in Photoshop.
Right.
But I mean, I'm saying I work in Photoshop, there's no photography involved. It's all drawn. It's all.
Yes.
I mean, I've put together loads of little GIFs, with, you know, in stage showing the stages that I work in. You know, from the little sketch at the start right the way through to the final artwork.
Right. So we're right on the coast here.
Yeah. Well, this is really same as before. It's my era, and because being a boy from Reading, hydraulics were my absolute passion. Westerns, warships, and Hymex. They were my first sort of loves, really, train-wise. Down Dawlish, Teignmouth Way, you know, that was just their territory, and I thought, why not have a Western banging along there? Well, if I've got a favourite loco of any kind, it's a warship.
Okay.
And especially this one, because I've got that number at home.
Oh, right. Do you model as well?
No, I don't have the time, you know. Don't have the time. I can see that the guys who are doing all that stuff, it's very similar to what I'm doing. They're just obsessed with detail, you know, the detail. It's a case of knowing where to stop.
Yes, I think that's the hardest thing.
And I
isn't it?
don't really. That's the thing. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. We've got a nice little dog with a goal. And, yeah, a few people in deck chairs and stuff. Yeah, this was another one that I did. It's pretty much the first one I did, actually. It was, if you look at it closely, it's not as detailed. The detail in the bogey is not as sharp.
Yeah, you've got the decal on.
Yeah, well, I couldn't really avoid that because that was a new livery at the time, and it was, you know, it had to look exactly like the logo, really. But once again, it's just
Lines here.
yeah.
Giving the illusion of speed.
Well, that was the idea. It's just HST's sort of pretty much on their way out, really. This is sort of like last stronghold, really, for one of them. And I just thought I'd give them a go. And there we are. That's that one, really. So,
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for sharing your thoughts with us and your
thanks.
artwork.
Thanks for talking to me.
Yep. Like a brain test behind the low pots. And at the end, I thought, why did you do that?
These are amazing.
We'll get one for our social media as
I
well.
make these in Derbyshire.
Right.
So, in fact, that's just gone live today. Put my glasses on, I won't wait to see what I'm doing then, won't I?
I won't film myself drop a resistor in the glue.
Okay. So you're putting resistors between the wheels so we can detect the presence on the block, I guess.
Yeah, so my job here is to fit resistors to the wheels of the freight stock so they appear on the mimic boards that you'll see around
Right.
on the layout. So it's roughly every sort of 3 or 4 wagons, and that's literally a case of taking a tiny resistor and adding it to the wheel sets. You've got to glue them in.
You get good enough contact with glue.
To stick them in, yeah, absolutely, and then to make the connection, I'm using metallic paint
Ah, okay.
to join the either end of the
You need
tabs.
to keep
That's
an eye
clever.
out for that buzz. No, that one down there buzzing. The 805.
So from either end,
Yeah.
Fine,
I will then add, once the glue's dry, using a normal paintbrush,
Yep.
I'll just be painting the ends basically, just to form the connection. You can see the metal paint on the end of the brush.
Yes.
Very simple, but
Very effective,
repetitive.
yes. How many
Makes
do you
all the
have to do? How many wagons?
So normally it's one every 3 foot, and then at the end of the train. So it's not too bad with big wagons like this. It's when you get the 040 wagons, the small frame wagons.
And this is all the Acura scale stock?
Oh
that you're-
yes.
So how much have you brought? How many boxes of goodness? How many Christmas presents are there?
Everything we do is here, and you'll see it on Making Tracks. So all the projects we've currently done, and all the projects yet that have been announced that are yet to come out are on this layout. So you'll see Class 50s, Class 31s, a plethora of 37s already on the layout, 92s, and endless stock. You could probably run the freight lines, the slow lines on this layout with Acura scale stock.
Right.
So
Oh, excellent. So I look forward to abusing them then.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're here to be played with. I mean, we won, thankfully, to the public vote on 3 fronts, Manufacturer of the Year for 2022.
Right.
So hopefully the public are enjoying what we bring out, and yeah, well, we've brought them here to be played with for 6-7 weeks. So Acura Scale's probably 7-8 years old now. Learned a lot in that time frame, but as you can see from the things we're bringing out and the speed we're bringing them out, the team's grown, the projects we've got on the list to do have grown, and it's going from strength to strength, hopefully. And of course, we've got something very special on the layout. We've got our Manor, which is our first steam engine. So most people know Acura Scale for the modern image diesels and things.
Is that this box here?
Yes, and the Manor's just there.
Oh.
And that'll be hauling the freight. That'll be hauling the steam service on the layout. And that's the very first production model. That is.
Is it available in the UK yet, or when will it be available?
Yeah. So as we're filming this, they're currently on a plane. Mine arrived faster because it was sent individually, but all the pallets are now in the air, and they'll be arriving this week. So by the time you see this layout, they'll be in the shops, ready to buy.
Go buy.
Yeah.
There's just everywhere you look, there's detail. The layout, I mean, they're an excellent match for the layout, aren't they? Because the layout itself is detailed, what's on it is detailed, the rolling stock is detailed.
Hopefully, I mean, when you put so much effort into a layout, all the skill and time involved, it's only fair that you then have stock to reciprocate, especially in today's techniques, factory standards, all going up. I'm just very pleased that behind the scenes, we've got some very passionate project managers who put their time and efforts into these things and do the best they can.
Do you want to check that out?
I want across.